Right turn against a red light. Signal and stop for a red traffic light at the limit line if there is one, or before entering the intersection. If there is no sign which prohibits a right turn on a red light, you may turn right. Be careful that you do not interfere with pedestrians, bicyclists, or vehicles moving on their green light. Left turn against a red light. On a one-way street only, signal and stop for a red traffic light at the limit line if there is one, or before entering the intersection. On a one-way street, you may turn left onto a one-way street where traffic moves left if there is no sign which prohibits the left turn. If the light is red, be very careful that you do not interfere with pedestrians, bicyclists, or vehicles moving on the green light. A right or left turn may not be made against a red arrow. Examples of right and left turns. The numbers on the cars refer to the following sections. Signal in each situation. 1. Left from a two-way street. Start the turn at the left-hand edge of the lane closest to the middle of the street. You may complete the turn in either lane of the cross street, as shown by arrows, if it is safe to do so. You must use the left turn lane if there is one. A left turn from the next lane may be made if signals or arrows show it is okay. 2. Right turn. The station wagon is turning correctly. It begins the turn in the lane nearest the right-hand curb. It will end the turn in the lane nearest the right-hand curb. Do not swing wide into another lane of traffic. You may start a right-hand turn from other than the far right lane only where pavement or overhead markings show that using that lane for a right turn is permitted. 3. Left turn from a two-way street into a one-way street. Start the turn from the far left-hand portion of your side of the road. You may turn into any lane that is safely open, as shown by arrows. 4. Left turn from a one-way street into a two-way street. Start the turn from the far left-hand portion of your side of the road. The pickup truck may turn into either of the lanes that is safely open, as shown. 5. Left turn from a one-way street into a one-way street. The turn must be started from the left-hand portion of the road. Watch for bicyclists between your vehicle and the curb because they can legally use the left turn lane for their left turns. 6. Right turn from a one-way street into a one-way street. After starting your turn in the far right lane, you may use any lane open to traffic, if safe to do so. Sometimes signs or pavement markings will let you turn right from a lane next to the far right lane. 7. Turning at a T intersection from a one-way into a two-way street. Through traffic has the right-of-way. You may turn either right or left from the center lane. Watch for vehicles and bicyclists inside your turn. Legal U-turns. When you make a U-turn, you turn around and go back the way you came. Signal and then make your turn only from the far left lane on your side of the road. If the street has a center left turn lane, begin your U-turn in that lane. You may cross a double yellow line to make a U-turn if the turn can be made safely and legally. You may make a U-turn in a residential district if no vehicle approaching you is closer than 200 feet. Whenever a traffic sign or signal protects you from vehicles which are close. At an intersection, you may make a U-turn at a green light or green arrow unless a no U-turn sign is posted. Before making a U-turn on a divided highway, be sure you don't drive over or across any dividing section, curb, or stripe. This includes 2 sets of double lines marking a center divider except through an opening provided for turns. An unpaved median in the middle of a freeway. Illegal U-turns. You may not make a U-turn where you cannot really see 200 feet in each direction because of a curve, hill, rain, fog, or other reason, where a no U-turn sign is posted, when vehicles may hit you, on a one-way street, in front of a fire station. Never use a fire station driveway to turn around. in front of a business district, except at intersections or through openings in a concrete divider. Emergency vehicles. Always be alert for emergency vehicles, especially at intersections. Pedestrians. You must yield the right-of-way to pedestrians crossing the street in any marked or unmarked crosswalk. When the light turns green, you must still yield to pedestrians and vehicles in intersections. The law also requires vehicles to come to a complete stop at any school crossing when the crosswalk is occupied by any person. In the interest of safety, if you see persons crossing any street, give them the right-of-way. Intersections are the most likely place for car or motorcycle collisions, which are usually the result of a driver turning into a motorcycle's path. Do not assume the rider's intentions. A rider will move to one side not only to prepare for a turn, but to avoid a hazard or to improve visibility.